ladies and gentlemen, I have something very, very, very special to share with all of you today. And that is going to be details on the first reset of version 3.0 of Wuthering Waves. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first ToA reset of a new version. And the thing is, you might be wondering, Saint, how are you getting into a new version's ToA when we're still on 2.8? And the answer is very simple. The ToA resets every 28 days. And so, by the time that 3.0 hits, this reset is still going to be live. And you know what that probably means. We might see some shilling, or perhaps most importantly of all, some kit details regarding Linné and potentially Mornier in this upcoming reset. So without further ado, let's go ahead, do a bit of exploration, and take a look at the middle tower first, and then see what's going on. So, first things first, on floor 1, we're going to be having Havoc and Arrow Resistance reduced by 10%, and then Spectro and Glacial being increased. So, bit of shilling going on over here for 2 of the damage types, but that's just the first part of the buff. Now let's read the second. Crit damage is increased by 20%, and dealing basic attack damage grants 5% all attribute damage for 6 seconds, stacking up to 8 times. Retriggering the effect resets its duration, and the effect is removed when switched off field. So I think first things first, it's pretty obvious what types of characters you really want to use here. It looks like we're seeing some actual heavy Camellya shilling, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the reality over here is that when you only have basic attackers that are getting a buff, well, you're only going to have basic attackers that are going to be the standouts over here. But there is still going to be that same 20% crit damage increase, and I don't think it's really going to matter that much. The enemy that we're going to be going against on floor 1 is just going to be the Sentry Construct. So this is just a guy that you got to figure out the parry timings for, and then he's a very easy boss. Very, very low resistance. We'll probably be able to sweep him with pretty much any team. But yeah, when it comes to basic attack characters, there's not really that many in the game, guys. You got Camellya, you got Brant, and then you got Encore. And maybe Havoc Rover as well. Havoc Rover could also be a possibility too. And I guess technically you could go for Cartithia as well. She does basic attack damage. I'm not going to go ahead and say that she does like an exceptional, crazy amount of basic attack damage because her damage profile is split across negative statuses and erosion as well. But she will get a decent amount of benefit too if maybe like soloing or something is what you want to do. But that's just going to be what floor 1 looks like. Now let's take a look at floor 2. It's going to be the same exact buffs as a whole, except you're going to be going against a bunch of Spectro enemies instead. 2 elites, the Rocksteady Guardians and the Rage Against the Statue, and then the Morning Ikes. But I'm not going to go ahead and say that this ToA reset looks like super crazy or anything. It looks pretty normal at a first glance. So let's just go ahead, try out, see what a Camellya team does, because let's just be real here. It's probably been a while since we've all used this lineup, and I do want to see. Does this feel absolutely trivial with the buffs?
Understood. Today will be a fine day. Let's
find it out. All right, that's the team that we're going to be going with. The Sanhwa's going to be very low investment with just an Overture and Moonlit Clouds. Nothing to really talk about over here. The Shorekeeper is going to be S1, but then just have a very regular build with her signature. And then the Camellya is also going to be S0, and then have this level of investment. So that's what we're going to be going with over here. And I made sure to lower the game volume. Don't worry, we're good on that. All right, now let's go ahead, test out floor 1. We're going to be working into a little bit of Glacier Resistance with Sanhwa, but with all the damage buffs on Camellya, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And I think we could just use her to easy clear both of these sides. She is a bit more of an outdated DPS, as they would say, a bit more of an outdated one in comparison. So, I think it's fair to still use her. Okay, that's not good. That's really bad, actually. He was, like, outside of my range. He was, like, outside of my range for, like, the entire duration of, like, everything. Oh, dearie me. So, we basically just had probably the worst start I could have had in this ToA run.
It's getting fun.
Yeah, this is legitimately the worst. This is probably the worst start I've ever seen. Let's just pretend that one didn't happen, because I'm just gonna be honest. Like, my Shorekeeper's attacks weren't hitting, and then, like, he's... Holy shit, that was insane. Okay, alright. So this is more so how you want to like deal with this one. Usually you can actually parry him with the attack over there. I guess I mistimed that one. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Stay behind me. Lotus pervade.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, basically, if you don't break this guy, you're in for one of the worst experiences in the game. Because he has a very big tendency to stay in the air if you don't break him, right? And thankfully, he did that attack again this time. But usually, you're able to hit that parry at, like, the start of the fight, and you don't gotta worry about, well, any of that other shit that I was just dealing with over here. But yeah, like I said before, this guy's vibration strength bar is one of, like, the smallest, if not the smallest out of all the enemies in the game. So you can pretty reliably just, like, beat him up this way. And once he's on the ground, he becomes a lot easier to, like, manage. But I mean, I am gonna be honest, I kind of expected to deal, like, a little bit more damage.
Reborn from ancient ruin. Don't run. Keep the dance.
Yeah, I kind of thought I was gonna be dealing a little bit more damage, but we'll see.
Grafting, suffer.
I mean, that pretty much blew him up. I think we might have just missed a crit on the last one. So yeah, this looks like a pretty easy 3 rotation clear unless something goes, like, horrifically wrong.
Astral modulation.
Yeah.
Stay behind me. Shackles
This
be
could
gone.
be simply just based off the fact that I don't really have, like, a sub DPS dealing any damage in here.
It's getting fun. Struggle harder.
And I'm missing a couple of crits as well. So this one doesn't seem like the worst thing ever. But I can see how there might be people that are, like, struggling a bit with it. Yeah, I missed some crits on that run, but it did look like a pretty simple 3 rotation, perhaps broaching on 2 with better RNG on the crits. However, that's with the buffs. That's with all of this stuff going on and a Havoc resistance decrease. A good test for us right now to see if this has gotten out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. Because I see some people in the chat saying HP inflation. Well, we've got the perfect test right here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give this a bit of a look.
The experiment.
Yeah, we've got the perfect test right here. So let's see it. Are we gonna be able to reconfigure these dudes? Let's see. Let's see. Because guys, we got an Empyrine Anthem Yinlin. We got a Zhang Liao with this Sig. We got the same Shorekeeper. Let's give it a bit of a go and see how this one ends up. Let's see how the cookie crumbles on this one, guys. Okay, we missed that hit over there. That's brutal. I might need to actually reset until I get that one.
Tear them to pieces. Your time is over.
That just seemed really
Time
bad.
to wrap it up.
Wait, I could just go on Yinlin and then parry with Hikari.
Pierce through the stars. Exploit.
Yeah, I could just do that. That's easy.
Reconfiguration.
I completely forgot Hikari auto parry.
Reconfiguration.
All right. So yeah, we're only getting a 20% crit buff here. Nothing too crazy.
Wow, from the soul. Worry not.
Complete overhaul.
Lion growth
Nothing too crazy.
in you.
Tear them to pieces. Back off. You're not getting away. Zap strength.
Bro, I feel like I'm lagging. Oh, I am on 200 ping. That would probably explain it.
Exploit.
I don't know. This doesn't look that bad, guys. Okay, I don't know what that was. My attack, like, disappeared. That felt like I lagged. Okay, I think you all can excuse me resetting on that one. Like, I was like, wait, where's my fucking hypercube, bro?
Crush them. Obey me.
Oh, yeah, that's crispy right there. Yep. Oh, no, that's what you gotta do. That's crispy right there. Yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that
Tear
shit.
them to pieces.
so much faster, yeah.
Get lost.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the stars.
Nice break as well in the middle of the rotation. Should be a pretty... Okay, this has definitely started off better than the past run. And remember, right, just... There's no skill required with the parry when you do Hikari. That's the nice part. No skill at all required.
Stay calm.
Watch and learn.
Terminate. In war with time.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength. It's our curtain call.
Variable elimination. Very.
A nice massive amount of damage coming out from that Yinlin liberation right there. Yeah, no, this looks like a pretty simple 3 rotation clear for me as well, bro.
Reconfiguration.
Oh, I even messed up this one. I even messed up this rotation as well and took like extra long.
Complete.
Oath.
Yeah, I accidentally used a skill when I was at like 4 hypercubes.
Astral modulation.
Yeah.
Tear them to pieces.
I'm not gonna say that this is like the worst one ever.
Cleave it. Obey me.
Variable elimination.
It's definitely not as good as the Camellya team because I think that one had like the stage buffs. I will, however, not say... I mean, could you consider this a comfortable clear? Probably, because I don't think I played that like the best either. But like, I'm not gonna go ahead and say that was like the easiest, craziest shit ever. I mean, into no bonuses, knowing that this is the worst team in the game, doing pretty simple rotations, and it's the only buff you're getting is 20% crit, and this is literally again, guys, this is the worst team in the game. It has the lowest damage. It's got the lowest damage out of all the limited 5-star teams, unless you're using like 4 stars and shit like John Shin. I mean, what can I say? I don't think it's that bad, right? Some people might be saying, oh, you know, there's been a massive amount of HP inflation. Doesn't feel like that to me. Maybe it is. Maybe you just had buffs that were more universal in the last reset. Let's see how it does on this side then. And I guess the thing is, maybe the buffs are a bit more universal than we thought because, well, all you gotta do is deal basic attack damage. And as far as I'm concerned, a lot of characters deal basic attack damage. I guess Zhang Liao is actually one of them. Because, yeah, his regular attacks during his liberation that he uses to charge up his shit, they're basic attack damage. However, he only does one of those in his rotation, so he's not getting, like, a huge amount. Let's see how much easier this one is.
Physical damage in war with time.
He is a liberation damage dealer, but he still does basic attack damage in his kit. Like, he does basic attacks.
I'll pay it back tenfold.
Okay, well, we lost her coordinate, or I think we still got them actually. So yeah, it's like this part over here where he's basic attacking right here. He's building up the buff.
Exploit. Proc. Conditions optimal.
Vow from the soul. Loading astral modulation.
Is there a way to know?
Tear them to pieces.
Well, yeah, you can just read his kit. It says it says right there in his kit. Yeah, he deals basic attack damage with those basic attacks. It's just his hypercube damage is liberation damage.
I'll pay it back tenfold. The temper.
Bro, what?
Setback.
Insufficient.
What the hell? Bro was like stomping, and then each one did like 5k. It killed me in like 2 stomps. I don't feel like they did that much damage before.
Tear them to
I've never died to that in my life.
I've had enough. Get lost. Obey me.
Variable elimination. Very.
Wait, I've never died to that in my life, bro. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Reconfiguration. Hey, stop. Reconfiguration. Hey, gah. Complete
Ordained.
overhaul.
Worry not. Loading.
Don't blink.
In war with time.
Tear them to pieces. Obey me. I'll pay it back 10.
Bro, did I like lose energy? Where the hell is it?
Time to wrap it up.
Variable elimination.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though.
Stars.
This floor does seem like it's taking a like decent amount of time. And I think it's because these dudes have shields that are like absorbing the damage that they're taking. That's what it feels like. They got shields that are like absorbing the damage that they're taking because some of them are like dying instantly and then others like aren't.
Astral modulation.
Tear them to pieces. Be gone. You're not getting away. That's
So if there is HP inflation, it's probably that. You're probably hitting the guy's shields instead of them. And that might be what's making it look like they're super tanky. Oh, God. Because I think that's what happened to me.
Complete
Ordained.
overhaul.
Lion graft you new.
Tear them to pieces. Obey me. I've had enough. Get lost.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the stars.
Did we get it?
Gah. Reconfiguration.
I think that's what it is over here. Yep. It's those shield dudes. Those shield dudes are a nightmare.
Conditions optimal.
That's the issue.
Thou
The
from
shield
soul.
guys. Because if you end up hitting their shield instead of them, your damage just isn't going to happen. That's actually why I had one of those guys
Tear
live.
them to pieces.
Yeah, I also missed a crit too. So, this is what I'm going to show you guys from my VOD that literally describes exactly what I'm saying. And this is going to be the issue with this ToA, and this is going to be the issue with this boss. I know the exact moment in my clear where shit went wrong. And I think it's because these dudes have shields right there. So check this out,
To wrap it up.
right?
Variable elimination.
Look at the HP of the other guy over here. He doesn't have that much. Right? Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. This floor, he gets hit with a 240k liberation. He got hit with a 240k while only having that they're taking. He got hit with that 240k. You see it right there. And he only had that much HP. In what universe is this mob going to survive a 240k hit with less than half its HP left? It shouldn't. Bro, I'm not gonna
However,
lie, though, this floor, I hit a 240k on his fucking arm. I hit the 240k on his fucking arm and he took no damage. So, do you guys see what the issue is now? Oh, it's starting to make a bit more sense.
Time to wrap it up.
Variable elimination.
I spawn in. He had that much HP. I liberation, and he has the same amount of HP afterwards. And that's the issue with this ToA floor. And that's the issue with some of these enemies. Because the second that these bastards put their shield up, they essentially have, I guess, 2x fucking HP if you don't hit them from the right angle. So you maybe got to do like a little bit of grouping. Maybe you got to do something a little bit special to ensure that, well, you hit them and not their shield. Because, yeah, when you look at all the extra stuff I should be hitting the Ikes right now, right? These attacks should be going into the final boss. They should be hitting the Ikes. And I think it's and so doesn't it make sense that I don't clear this one? Because these dudes, when this shit happens, and the only thing I get to use on this Ikes is a single hypercube. The damage that... Sorry, I only get to use 2 hypercubes on him. Right? I should have been using 3. And when that occurs, guys, well, let's just be entirely real, right? That's gonna fuck with your run, because that's 240k damage that you basically didn't do. And if 240k just disappears from your team's rotation, yeah, that's gonna fuck up your clear time. So yeah, hopefully that breakdown has made a bit of sense, because I do think that even the Rocksteady Guardians might actually have their own shield too. I might be tripping. Low-key, the Rocksteady kill me in like... Nah, I don't think they do. Maybe they do, actually. Actually, I think they do have their own shield. Nah, I think they do have their own shield. So yeah, you gotta make sure that you practice proper positioning on this bad boy. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not sure how much I like those shield mechanics. I'm gonna be real. I'm not sure how I feel about them. You can clear it. It's just, I guess you might be up to RNG of whether or not they use the shield move in the first place. Because if they do, and then your attacks hit it, well, you're just kind of fucked. All right, that's going to be floors 3 and 4. Not going to bother repeating that one to get it clear. We've already described what some of the issues are with it. Now let's take a look at floor 3. 60 seconds after the battle starts, total damage is increased by 5%. Sure, right? Same one that we always got. It's a 60% buff at the end of the fight. Same exact sort of thing. Enemies are going to have 5 stacks of all attribute resistance. Each stack grants 8%. So enemies are starting with 40% all attribute resistance. That's a lot. You will do no damage to them at the start. Casting an Echo skill allows resonators in the team to ignore 1 stack. And the same resonator cannot repeatedly trigger this effect with echoes of the same name. So, think about it this way, guys. At a baseline, you have 3 Echo skills on your team. So, even if you're using a team with no Echo skills at all, they're only going to have 16% all attribute resistance. Assuming that you use your Echo skills, because you'll shave off 3 of the 5 stacks. That's basically what it is. However, that basically just means any non-Frolova, non-Rosia, non-Cantarella, and non-JIYAN team will basically have a baseline 16% all attribute resistance, and potentially more if you forget to use your Echo skills or if you cast your Echo skills later in the rotation. A little bit interesting. Enemies are going to take 40% increased Echo damage, and negative status damage is amplified by 60%. So, seeing a bit of like a weird split buff over here where only Echo skills and Echo skill teams can get rid of the all attribute resistance, but then you're also getting negative status and Echo damage buffed pretty significantly. So clearly, the shilling that's going on this floor, you can kind of see what's going on, right? You got your JIYANs, you got your Galbrenas, you got your Furlovas, right? This is the main source of shilling that we're going to be seeing. You rotate out, put in some different teammates, you know, maybe like experiment with a little bit. But these are the teams that are going to abuse Echo skills and Echo skill cast in their rotation. Then you got the negative status side over here where you're going to have, I don't know, Chisa, Chacona, Cartithia. But then you're also going to have Shorekeeper, Phoebe, Zani. So those are all going to be some of the top picks for this ToA. I'm not particularly sure how I feel, though, about negative status teams being shilled twice in a row. Because the last reset was a negative status reset. I'll show you all literally what I'm talking about over here. The last reset was literally a negative status one. So I'm not particularly sure what business we have doing it again. Because I got floor 3's buffs over here from the past reset, boys. And this is what it looked like. It was all negative status shilling. And so I guess to see it again twice in a row is a little bit suspicious to me. Let's keep reading. So yeah, negative status damage is amplified. Echo skill damage is increased. Casting an Echo skill grants resonators in the team 1 stack of the Crest enhancement. The same resonator cannot repeatedly trigger this effect with echoes of the same name. And at stacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, total damage dealt is increased by 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. So, taking a look at all of these buffs, essentially, for a regular team that has no Echo skill casts, no additional ones, and no negative statuses, you will have on the enemies 16% all attribute resistance, and then a 25% damage increase. Damage dealt increase. And if you're somebody that has negative statuses only, then you get an additional 60% amp on the negative status damage. And then if you have Echo Skillcasters on your team, you get access to stacks 4 and 5, which will go to 30% or 40% additional damage, and then you'll eliminate all 5 of these stacks. Basically, Echo skill casts are Giga Shield over here, and I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I don't think there's any clues at all regarding these units because, hey, maybe they're Echo skill casters. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe Linné is an Echo skill focused Spectro DPS. That might be something that's going on. But I don't know. This just really looks like they're just, for the end of 2.8, the start of 3.0, they're just going to be shilling the Frolova rerun and stuff like that. I kind of don't really see this sort of thing happening. Maybe Linné and Mornier will fit these archetypes. Not really something that I'm keeping top of mind at all. All right. But yeah, that's going to be this lineup. And I'm going to be honest, the enemies on this side also look extremely toxic. You've got the Abyssal Patrius, the Lumascale Construct, the Questless Knight, and the Lampilumen Myriad. These 2 enemies are insane. They're fucking disgusting. So this floor is already looking a bit rough. Now we got Mech Abomination and Thundering Mephis, which I think are a good bit easier, actually. So maybe it's being offset by floor 4 looking really easy, but floor 3 does look like hell. So let's go ahead and try out, first, a non-Echo skill team. What better one to test out other than Zhang Liao and Yinlin, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, wait. They got a Electro-resistant Questless Knight in here. I don't think that one's happening. What shall we do here? Is it time? Is it time to bring out the big guns? Is it time to bring out the Classico? I just want to see how bad this team does. I already feel like it's going to be rough. We don't have JIYAN's signature. We have Augustus, though. It should be a decent alternative. I'm scared. Let's just see how it does. It's surely...
It's quick. I have experiments underway.
I know it's a Lumascale Construct, but it can't be that bad, right? Yeah, it can't be that bad, right? We'll be good. We'll give this team, like, 1-2 tries max. I think the main takeaway is that we're probably going to get fucking cooked. I already feel it. Like, I don't even have, like, Moonlit Clouds. This is a terrible enemy lineup. Let's just see how it does.
Stay calm.
Let's just see how it does, man.
Fury boils. Silence. Testing out. You're wide open. Unstoppable.
Let's see it.
Now.
That doesn't seem terrible.
Ordained.
As you wish.
Diminish. In war.
Doesn't seem terrible. However,
Load.
Fury boils. Inferno. Burn to ashes. Testing out. Ready for battle.
yeah, no, I mean, he got broken pretty fast. Yeah, no, wait, that Lumascale Construct went down really easy. He went down really easy. Has there been, like, a severe amount of fucking HP deflation?
Not bad, huh? Burn.
That could be it.
Astral
It could be
modulation.
that, like, the buffs look terrible and Giga Shilly, but it's actually, like, HP was fucking reduced like crazy.
Unstoppable.
Ordained.
Yeah, no, that's the second to last enemy.
Inferno.
Iron graft you knew.
So yeah, we're on the Lampilumen now.
As you wish. Testing out. Burn to ashes. Ready for battle. Fear
I mean, we'll just have to see, guys.
Don't you worry.
Oath from the heart.
burn.
Astral modulation.
Fury boils. Lend me your power. As you wish. Feel my wrath. Testing, you're wide open. Unstop. Break.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real here. I am comfortably happy with how close I got on a first try. Into this boss,
Fury
with this character,
Inferno.
I'm gonna be real over here. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the
Burn to
results.
ashes. Ready
I'm
for
actually
battle.
pleasantly surprised with the results because, hey, the Lampy Lumen, I've had other resets where the fight went worse than this one. And obviously, you see I have a bit of an ER issue, and I think this clears with the SIG. I actually do think this clears with SIG. No doubt at all. And probably could get better echoes on my Mortifi as well. Could put Moonlit Clouds on to maximize JIYAN's DPS higher. There's a lot of things that I could have done to make that team better. We don't even have, like, the SIG.
Battlefield is dynamic.
Again, we
Do
don't
not
have
let
enough
your guard
ER
down.
on the guy. He wants, like, 130 with the Nightmare Echo. So there's, like, a lot of stuff that you can do to make this JIYAN better. I'm not going to go ahead and say that, like, his investment is the most amazing thing. And I guess the other side is that he does have a decent amount of heavy attack, but do keep in mind that Augusta's weapon gives 24%. It gives 24% only. Or sorry, I'm sorry. It only gives 20. JIYAN's gives 48. JIYAN's gives 48. This one gives fucking 20. So that's just something to keep in mind. So yeah, I think with my JIYAN, that's definitely doable. And I'm gonna be real over here. I thought at first glance, these buffs were gonna be feel really bad. But I think the enemy HP count has literally been dramatically lowered. Because the path to this boss felt like it was extremely easy. Like, I thought this Lumiscale Construct guy was going to be causing massive problems. He went down in, like, half a rotation. So, I don't know what's going on. It seems like the HP has been lowered significantly, though. Now, let's go ahead and try out a bit of a different team. Yes, we're going to be trying out one that will be shield, but maybe not as much as what some people might want.
will be a
So,
fine
we've
day.
got Moonlit Clouds, Peeb over here, and then we're also going to be getting good old Zoni on the other hand, along with that same Shorekeeper. All S0 except Shorekeeper. They all got their weapon too. Let's see it.
All yours.
Judgment time. Lion graft in you. Crystals, give me strength. Sentinel protects me. Power.
No con.
Sentinel.
All yours. I can spare a
Ah, whoopsies. I missed one. I missed
Someone
Zani's stack. I don't care.
Don't stand in my way.
reduced to dust.
Bro, she fucking destroyed this thing. Yeah, she gets 60% additional amp over here.
Judgment.
Yeah, it's gonna end up dealing some damage. Yeah, 60% additional amp will let you deal a lot of extra damage.
Purify. Bluebird, be my salvation. Power.
Shut.
The sentinel.
All yours. I don't have all day.
Don't stand in my way.
Reduced to dust.
Ordained.
Now I have a report to write.
Answer me. In war with
Bro, I
time.
hate playing this team so much. Like, I feel like if I don't do this, it just sucks. Like, I feel like I literally, like, have to quick swap.
Power. Sentinel.
All of you at once.
This team doesn't even feel like it's going that fast, actually. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised over here.
My shield can withstand more than that. That's just
Get him!
Oath from the heart.
that's a
Bro got juggled, man.
Silence. Iron graft you knew. Loading. Sentinel protect me. Bluebird, be my salvation. Power.
no contest.
Sentinel.
All yours. I don't have
Yeah.
all day.
I mean,
Come at me.
yeah. Looks like a negative status team that's able to fully benefit from this 60% amplified damage. Seems to be pretty good. Seems to be pretty strong. Looks decent to me. Now let's go ahead and see. I'm a little bit curious. What if we took a 1.x DPS that's, well, completely, fully, 100% built? Let's try Camellya Sanhua over here then. Because I know the JIYAN team wasn't able to do it because there was a lack of investment. But this Camellya team is one that has a good amount of investment. So let's go ahead. Let's give this one a bit of a try and see how it goes. We're just going to do simple basic rotations because it's been too long since I did double intro.
Stay calm.
Like frigid death.
Yeah, I'm consuming my concerto like a noob over here.
Iron
Yeah, you don't want
graft
that.
you knew.
Stay behind me.
Sprout of budding seed, struggle harder. Entertain me. It's gonna be fun. And let's have fun.
Boom!
Let's have fun. Ordained.
Cycle like frigid death.
Letting war with
There we
time.
go. Getting some crispy Camellya rotations over here, brother.
From ancient feed my
Oh, man. Oh, there's something about this team that when you get it, like, down to, like, a well-oiled machine, man,
Let's have fun.
it is truly, like, it is one of those teams that, like, feels built different.
Suffer.
It is, like, just the gameplay of it.
It's gonna be fun.
It is something that the dodge counters. I think it's Camellya's dodge counters.
Vow
She's got the...
so
She has some of the most satisfying dodge counters, I think, in the game.
Lotus pervade.
Bro, she's invulnerable for so long when she does hers because her animation is, like, massive.
Stay behind me.
But then she deals, like, actually a fuck ton of damage with each one. It's like 300% multipliers on her basic attack. It's crazy.
Crimson
Bro, we are here faster than the Zani team.
ordained.
Like frigid death.
Diminish.
Wait, that was fucking sick.
Astral
Did
modulation.
Sanhua parry it with her Glacier from off-field?
Stay behind me.
Sprout of budding seed. Struggle harder.
Bro, she hit it with her goddamn, what's it called?
Keep dancing. Crafting. Suffer.
Wait, this team is fucking easy clearing it, bro. Bro, this is fucking destroying this.
Worry not. Perish.
Frozen blockade.
And I'm like missing crits like a fiend right here.
Stay behind me.
Reborn from ancient roots. Let's have fun. Don't run. Keep the dance going. Vitality. Sower.
Okay, how did I miss that crit? Bro, okay, I've been missing too many crits on this run. Nah, that one counts. Nah, I just missed a crit like a dog there, bro. No, my Camellya Ephemeral did 120k. That doesn't count. Fuck that. That doesn't count. Nah, we got the... Nah, he's dead there. Guys, I have 300% critical damage. That's supposed to deal 500k. It's supposed to deal 500k and it did 120. It would have just died there. It would have just died there. What the fuck? Anyways, that clears. We missed a bunch of crits on that run. Unfortunately, it happens. But when my attack that's supposed to deal 500k damage does 120, yeah, I'll go over by like 5 seconds, man. I don't care. That one counts, and I'm gonna be honest, once again, it oddly enough actually feels pretty good. I don't know what it is. I've been making sure not to use the Echo skill teams, but this one feels actually not bad. Now, let's do the final test for floor 3. And this one's going to be with, well, you can probably imagine, we're going to be using the full shield lineup. Yep, we will be using the full Giga shield lineup, ladies and gentlemen. We got JIYAN, we got Shorekeeper, we got Galbrena. I'll probably just close my eyes while I'm playing this team. All right, y'all ready?
Lion graft you knew.
What sleeps within bamboo?
Constant. Enchained. Dead. Your life is mine to take.
Speak of the devil. Behave now. The hunt ends here. Painted hellfire.
Boom! Devour them all!
What sleeps within bamboo? Mandate calls. Judgment falls.
Okay.
Break like bamboo. Constant.
Speak of the devil. Right. The hunt.
Easy. Hey, let's get to the boss now, boys. We gotta get to the boss.
Painted hellfire.
Here we go.
The soul. Worry not.
Constant. Enchained.
My Galbrena's dead! What?
Nothing that won't heal.
I had it!
Interesting.
Anyways, clearly, I don't think that one's a good one to blindfold run, just because there's way too many environmental hazards. But you saw that we got pretty decently close with it. So let's just do an actual run with the team now. Now let's just play the team how we normally would. We already had our fun here. Bro, was I doing these cancels? Like, was I doing these cancels while blindfolded? Because I feel like I was.
Your life is
They were kind of crispy, weren't they?
Gotcha. Behave now. Run by my trigger. Enter Hell's Gate.
Scorched to earth.
Hellfire.
Devour them all.
Ordained.
JIYAN not having a set is kind of nasty. He literally does. You do realize he does have his set, right? It's a 2-piece set, so you can decide to use what you want in the other slot. And this person, the account owner, decided they wanted the impermanence Herald
Mine to take.
on their active slot.
Constant.
You can't escape me. The flames, the hunt ends here. Painted hellfire.
I mean, bro is getting, without a doubt, deleted, right? Bro is actually getting deleted.
So, stay calm. Lion graft you knew.
What sleeps within bamboo?
Break like bamboo.
One
Yeah,
strike.
your JIYAN has some ER issues
Settle
though.
it all. Constant.
Speak of the devil. Behave now. Very well.
Bro, I'm like out here. I wasn't able to like enter Galbrena's mode.
To send you to your grave. A fresh face. Explode.
And JIYAN's outro skill ran out because of it. It doesn't really matter.
Behave now.
As you can see,
From hellfire.
best overall time out of all the teams that we tried. Very obvious because, yes, we have a fuck ton of echo skills. The guy has no defense, and we all got a bunch of damage buffs. And basically, if you use an echo skill casting team, try it blindfolded first. I'm telling you, just try it blindfolded first, because it's going to be so effortless otherwise. You got to have some of your fun this way. That would be my recommendation to you, because otherwise the fights are a complete joke. I do think that Kuro's done a pretty good job overall, at least with floor 3, of not making it feel like it's obscene when you don't have the shield teams. I think it actually feels balanced and fine without the shield team, but I will say, when you do use the shield team, it's a fucking joke. Like, it's legitimately a joke how easy it is. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Because, yeah, I mean, it's nice for people to have their shilling. But that's really the only complaint that I can make about it. At least from trying this out. So, yeah. Now let's do a final check over here. I want to try out DPS JIYAN for fun. I just want to try it out for fun. I want to see what it can do over here. Actually, no, that's not going to work because this JIYAN kind of sucks. For our last team on floor 3, let's just try out Camellya again. Let's get a grasp of how it feels from there. And then just wrap up our reset video for today. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just use teams that are going to be a little bit underpowered for clears like this, as opposed to using the Galbrena stuff, because I think you already know firsthand how the Galbrena teams and the Frolova teams are going to do. If that Galbrena team butchered it, then don't worry, your Frolova's going to clear as well. But I don't think there needs to be a clear of me literally effortlessly destroying for oh, what the fuck is this team? Sorry, I was busy chatting. I was busy explaining. So yeah, let's get this guy back on the right team. Let's try out floor 4 and then give our final take on this TOA.
Stay calm.
Lotus pervade.
Diminish astral modulation.
Stay behind me.
Reborn from ancient, feed my blossoms, self-deceivers. Keep dancing. Grafting, suffer.
Great, now my ephemeral didn't crit.
Ordained.
Great, now my one rotation did that little damage because my ephemeral didn't fucking crit.
Loading. In war with time.
71k non-crit ephemeral. Oh boy, brother.
Behind me.
Sprout of budding seed. Don't run. Keep the dance going. Let's have fun. Oath from the heart. Stay calm.
Frozen blockade.
Astral modulation.
Stay behind me.
Bloom from ashen shell. Struggle harder. Entertain me.
Honestly, though, what's really surprising is that we missed that crit, but we're like at actually the same spot that we were, like basically in the other run.
Let's have fun. Ordained.
Shackles be gone.
Lion graft you knew.
Stay behind me.
Sprout of budding seeds. Feed my
There we go. That's a little
blossoms.
stylish right there. Got that
Focus,
Nightmare Crowless in there.
Let's have fun. Vitality, sower. Let's have
Oath from the
And then get a
heart.
big old parry in there. Okay, that looked a little bit sweet.
Lotus pervade.
Wait, did I miss the parry? Did I miss the crit again? Bah, bro, I'm just gonna be honest over here.
from ancient roots.
This is like an exercise of how many crits I can miss in one run.
Entertain me. Keep dancing and talk.
How many parries can she not hit in one run? Wait, what?
Let's have fun.
Wait, what the fuck was that? And then my ephemeral didn't crit either? What the fuck? All right, basically, this is going to be my take. Obviously, you've noticed that a lot of those runs essentially are going down to the wire based off of whether or not I'm critting with the biggest moves in my kit. And the idea is that I feel like all of those runs simply didn't clear. They all looked on track to clearing, and then I would suddenly lose about 300k damage in my rotation and it doesn't clear anymore. I am chalking more of that up to the fact that RNG was just absolutely bullshit during those runs, and that was the issue. However, we can also think about it from the perspective of maybe one or two of these guys don't need as much HP as they might have had, right? I would say maybe the HP numbers could go down a little bit on these dudes, primarily due to the fact that, like, some of them are just being a little bit... I think the Thundering Mephis, bro, got some fucky hitboxes, and he teleports around a lot. He's kind of like the exact polar opposite of the Mech Abomination. It can be hard to hit this guy, and he starts off very evasive and can just walk around in the middle of the fight, right? I don't think he should have maybe as much HP as he feels like he does right now, because he's a bit more of an evasive character. Mech Abomination feels fine for what it is, but I think the fact that I'm having so many clears come down to the wire based off of whether or not I've crit with like one or two attacks on like these full builds and everything, that might be a little bit over-tuned. I think this floor actually feels noticeably easier and perhaps more well-balanced than this floor, which might be the first time that's ever happened. Usually the floors feel better when it's just the two bosses, but this is a circumstance where I feel like floor 3 with the additional waves, the ones that's always been harder in the past, this one might actually be easier this reset. So, yeah, maybe I just require some more testing on this point. But I would say my Camellya teams were having a rough time because of the lack of crits. However, the fact that all my clears were coming down to whether or not I could crit might be a bit of an issue in itself, especially considering the lineup that we used. However, it's also fair to say I am using a really, really, really budget team over here. Right? This Sanhwa's not dealing any fucking damage at all. And you could blame the longer clear times and the fact that I was reliant on crit on the fact that I basically don't have a built third character. So that could be the concern, right? That could also just be the reason for why this team is actually struggling. So I'll just say overall, floor 3 doesn't seem that crazy to me. I don't think floor 4 has actually had any noticeable HP inflation at all. It's taken the same number of rotations to clear. But I think with more evasive movesets like this one, as well as the Tempest Mephis from last reset, they could probably use a little bit extra HP reduction on their end just to deal with their movesets being a little bit more evasive. Now, let's go ahead. We've talked about all of this goodness in the middle tower. That's where most of the discussion is. Let's do a quick wrap-up of the side tower. So this one's just going to be, after you use an intro skill, your attack is increased. And when you use your resonance skill, your liberation damage is increased. Very, very, very generic buff. Clearly, it's designed for like a Lupa, maybe a Chang Li or something, but I don't know any character on the roster that can't use this. So yeah, you just gain attack and then liberation damage. Nice. You will, however, be going against Fleur de Lis in the side tower, but I don't really think this is going to be much of an issue because, guys, look at the buff. you're always going to benefit from it in some way, which is great design for the side towers. I don't really think this is going to be too much of a concern for anybody, but just make sure that you do watch out for her evasiveness and her attacks. But I'm not going to go ahead and say that Fleur-de-Lis as a boss is like more challenging than other holograms that have shown up. Because let's be real here, guys. Hikari is way harder than this one. This was a joke the last time it was in that. It was in the. She was last seen on floor 4 of the hazard zone. I'm not gonna lie, Fleur-de-Lis was like an easy ass part of the last reset. On this side over here, we're gonna have some issues though. It's going to be electro resistance decreased, and then when any resonator receives healing, the attack of all resonators in the team is increased by 30%. And when they have a shield, their crit damage increases. I'm fucking confused by this because there's not really any electro characters in the game that get oh wait, this is for Augusta. Yeah, this is clearly for Augusta, but I'm just going to be honest. You're probably not going to need anything. And then you can use Brant here as well. I will say though, this floor does have a couple of interesting restrictions to it though. We're just going to use this team to really test it out and show you real fast. You got to watch out for these Fraxidus Executioners. You want to know why? I'll show you why. They can, like, kill you instantly.
No time to lick your wounds.
And they got, like, a grab attack. They deal a lot of damage.
Your fury.
I hope you're seeing how much damage they deal. These guys are actually extremely strong. Just letting you know. However, actually fighting them and stuff, it's not that big of a deal. They're super easy. So it's just, that's going to be your main barrier in the side tower. Not the fact that these guys are like hard to hit or are going to be like, you know, super crazy. Bro, they will one-shot you. So you just got to be careful, right? Like even like here, I'm low-key struggling a little bit. Because they, like, turn invisible and shit and then, like, go into, like, smoke and stuff.
Your life.
So, yeah, one of the more challenging enemies, I think, to fight in the game. Oh, my. Like, you can even see over here, like, I'm kind of, like, having some issues, man.
Speak of the devil.
Bro! Oh, my lord! Do you...
Death.
I hope you guys see what I'm talking about right now. I'm going to clear that off stream because I'm terrified of doing it on stream. Those guys are fucking freaks, bro. That was just a fun little warning. If you couldn't tell, I did that on purpose so I could show you all their mechanics. That's a nice little surprise for some other players that are going to be tackling that. If you're a veteran account, it shouldn't be a big deal, but just keep that in mind. That's one of the dangers that awaits you. Overall, I would say for this ToA reset, as the last one of 2.8, or the last one of 2.x as we're heading into 3.0, I'm somewhat lukewarm about it. Don't really care at all about the middle tower. I think it's fine. I actually think it's pretty good. I like that the buff is somewhat accessible. The middle tower, though, I just don't really know how I feel about, like, buffs looking this focused around certain mechanics. And yes, you can clear this ToA without interacting with these buffs really at all, and it's not like that big of a deal. But I will say, it's just, this is a lot of complication as well. I think the worst part about this ToA isn't the buffs, isn't the enemies, it's how convoluted these fucking mechanics are. Like, bro, it takes a while just to understand what is even going on here at a baseline. And I feel like having, like, this wordy of a fucking endgame reset for 2 fights is kind of ridiculous. Like, this is what I would call overcooked. And if we need to, like, make things feel this complex, then maybe there's an issue with the fact that they feel this complex in the first place. Keeping it simple is always better, and I don't think Kuro really did that with this reset. So, yeah, maybe a bit of a sign that, you know, like, the mechanics are going to get more convoluted in the end game, because this is, I mean, just at a baseline, this one did seem like a little bit messy. Balance-wise, though, floor 3 feels better, but floor 4, I'm going to be honest, I can see why some people are going to have some issues, because these clears did seem to be a little bit more down to the wire, compared to the last ones that we've had. And I think the reason for it is very simple. All attribute resistance makes the enemies tankier. That means the resistance goes up and they take less damage. We're also having an offsetting buff, though, that makes us deal more damage. And I guess the question in my mind is, why is it so complicated where you got a buff that gives them defense, and then using echo skills reduces the defense buff that they get. But then using echo skills also increases your damage dealt. It's like, this is like moving only one dial to go forward. For here, you move like one thing and like multiple dials are moving and then it's going forward. It's just, I don't understand why there's a need to make it so unclear how much additional damage you're going to deal. Because guess what? If I'm using a non-echo skill team, I'm going to have 3 stacks of both of these. So now I'm going to be like, all right, so the enemy's going to have 16% additional attribute damage and then, or attribute resistance, and then I'm going to deal 25% more damage. But then I got to factor in their 16%. Like, it's just, what the fuck? I don't think any player that goes in has any idea of whether or not they're even increasing or decreasing their damage. Because I got no clue. Am I dealing more damage at a baseline, or am I dealing less? Because my damage went up by 25%, but the resistance went up by 16%. Just keep it simple. What the fuck even is this? So yeah, that's going to be my take. That's going to be what I find good, and also what I find a little bit stinky about this TOA. In the future, I don't want to see one that's as confusing as this. It's a little bit ridiculous. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.